So, let's look at today's challenge. We do have Awoken and Umbra as our two main clans, as our two clans. Awoken is the main clan, so we will have the Sentient as our champion. Never Say Die, friendly units enter with Endless. Pain Train, enemy units enter with Spikes. And Brawl, friendly and enemy units get +5 attack and +10 health. Your Pyre gets +10 attack. This seems like a pretty difficult set of mutators. Enemy units enter with Spikes is Spikes 1, by the way. Brawl is usually clearly in favor of the enemy units, but you can make good use of it if you have something like an Animus of Will with multi-strike, and you can like double dip from the attack gain or something like that. But then again, multi-strike is a bit more vulnerable to Pain Train. And Never Say Die is very interesting with morsels, because it means any morsel you eat will go back on top of your deck and you will draw it again and again. That can be very nice with like 1 or 2 morsel minors, maybe life, 1 or 2 lifesteal or damage shield morsels, but the weaker ones are generally pretty terrible for this mutator. So let's see what we get and how we build our deck around these things. Okay, we do have Restoration Detonation, Packed Morsels and Invigorating Solution. Well, in terms of morsel generation, Packed Morsels is one of the best things you can get for a Never Say Die challenge, Endless, because after you play it, it consumes and you just have the morsel to keep repeating. You don't draw back into the packed morsels and don't have much use for it. We do fight the Consume Seraph, which is definitely important to keep in mind. I think it's the most unique Seraph, mostly because he has the Scorch units and you need to be prepared to deal with Blights and Scorches in his combat. So let's see what artifacts we have available. Volatile Gorge, Hammer, Chestplate. Currently this deck definitely doesn't look like Volatile Gorge fits in it. Hammer Chestplates is not that necessary with Brawl, it barely makes a difference, but it would help survive the spikes a bit longer. This is a difficult decision. To be honest, I don't like Volatile Gauge very much when playing as Awoken, but it does have quite a few synergies with some Umbra cards, so it could definitely be worth leaning into it, taking the risks. It doesn't synergize at all with the pack morsels and the morsels they generate. They are endless, they are 0 cost. I don't want to have to pay 3 energy for a morsel, or a packed morsels even. So let's go with the safer option here and go for the +3 health. Revenge Draw versus Spikes. Can we scale well with Revenge? We do have Restoration Detonation, which is quite powerful with Brawl, because your unit will be taking a lot more damage than usual. So you do have something to heal. Spikes, on the other hand, just 10 spikes isn't enough to kill anything under Brawl, but it will soften enemies up, so that's also helpful. I think I will go with the spikes option here. It's just it just provides more power for us in the early game. I will also toggle this player list. Mark of Invasion. Oh god. That hurts a lot with Brawl. Our Pyre does have plus 10 attack, so the units will easily die in one hit anyways, but they have these are the clergymen. They will be 6-10 with rage 2, so it will be 10-10 units spawning. I will take it, but 10-11 even. But we will take quite a bit of damage on this combat. But we need to take it to get a even remotely decent score. I think I will set them on... I drew both restoration detonations in my opening hand. I was hoping to use these to clean up the second wave potentially. If I set these two up on the top floor, we do have to kill on one of these and we'll take 18 damage to the other two. But I think we have to prevent all the damage we can. But it's so much damage to our sentient as well. Actually, the thorns will kill another one, so... that's probably a mistake. I don't have the healing to keep my sentient alive with the restoration detonations being in my first hand. But we do have Endless on our champ, so even if they die, we can replay them. We have to keep that in mind. This is terrifying. The Brawl plus Spikes combo is, quite honest, pretty bad. Our champion dies this turn, so we can replay him on the bottom floor next turn. And I do kinda wanna have a train steward set up on the bottom floor. This is not ideal. Rubble morsel. I think I'd rather not use it. It saves me quite a lot of damage if I play it here on the top floor. Because it kills another one of these clergymen, so I think that's worth it. These guys will die in one hit to our pyre. These here won't. I need to deal at least 10 damage to the front guy, or we kill the boss on the bottom floor. How likely is that? I think this boss has... Oh god, with Brawl he has 9 attack. So he hits us 5 times, takes 50 damage from that. We hit him 4 times, he takes 60 damage from that. That is not nearly enough to kill. I guess I have to use Pack Morsel and see what I can find. Not really much I wanna draw next turn anyways. I guess I have to let these guys get through. Unless I can kill one of them. I could play a morsel in front, it would survive the other. So we do have 25 damage, which is not enough to kill this Disciple Protector. And I'd rather not have too many of my units die, because I will draw them all next turn. Yeah, 9 attack, 140 life. And this backline isn't isn't much easier to deal with either. Morsel Excavator will give us some life back. Will deal some additional damage to the boss, that's for sure. Still not enough though. Regen on this guy does nothing. Regen on our champion might make a difference. That's a bit too much to calculate right now. I can block the damage here with the morsel, and that means we will kill the Forged Disciple at least. Reduces the damage we take by quite a bit. This guy dies here, so we only need 34 damage on the boss. Which is easy because these guys all have endless. Hi Elink! Nice to see you! Welcome! Today's challenge seems to be real tough. I took 49 damage on the first combat. Now isn't that fun? Wildwood Sap. Usually I would be happy with Wildwood Sap and the Spike Sentient, but Regen 5 with Brawl and Pain Train might not cut it. What we mostly need now is damage to kill frontliners before they reach our pyre. And as weird as it sounds, Restoration Detonation can provide that for us. I really need these to kill stuff, because otherwise I just don't have the power for it. Perils of Production could be nice. I am definitely considering it. And Umbra Assault, terrible with Brawl. It will almost impossible. Will be almost impossible to get slays off. Feast, not that likely to be good for us because I don't want too many morsels to die with endless. So we'll go for Perils. It's not gonna be great for a while, but it allows us to pick up stronger, well, more expensive cards soon. I could see me upgrading Restore Deto here. Yeah, thank you very much, Elix. It was kind of funny to hear when I heard the commentary, but I was able to quickly convince them of my my gameplay, so to speak. Yep, not just you. I think almost everyone watching was panicking there. I really want a unit. I basically need to get a good unit here, otherwise we might be screwed. But then again, Umbra unit, is that really what I want? I would love if I had access to something like an Animus of Will with Brawl, but if I get something like Holdover on a Restoration Detonation, we might be in a decent position. But Restoration Detonation is never good in killing the first wave of enemies, so we still need some way to deal with the first wave, because your units won't be damaged when they fight the first wave. So let's go to the left and pray for a good Umbra unit. And we get Shadow Eater. Shadow Eater is definitely a good Umbra unit. Morsel Master is also interesting because the copy created by Morsel Master is cardless, so it won't have endless. So we can double the value of the endless morsels we have. Like only using one draw for a morsel but getting 2 triggers off. But I think we want Shadow Eater. Shadow Eater can be a way to deal with backlines for now. We do have the Spike Sentient though. We won't need Shadow Eater past Daedalus, because Spikes 20 will be enough to deal with backlines, even with Brawl active. No backline unit ever has more than 10 health by itself. A Muscle Master has decent stats for a 1 capacity unit as well. So I'll go with Muscle Master actually. Doubling up on lifesteal morsels or damage shield morsels could be quite potent. 5 attack and 10 health. Quick isn't really doing much because on Morsel Master that is, because it just won't have enough power to kill anything. Battlestone sure is nice, but I would rather have something a little more aggressive. Let's reroll and see what we can get. Yeah, something like a Strength Stone. Let's go with the Strength Stone and a Battlestone. So now we have a Morsel Master who can actually kill things, which is definitely helpful for surviving the next battle. I will start purging these Shade Splitters, because they are just bad with Endless. You can't have like the energy morsels cycling in your deck and wasting draw on these. Numbers enemy units get +4 attack. And we are fighting Clergymen. I'm not liking this, but I will take it. We might just die here, to be honest. But we do have Endless, so if we can find a way to deal with these guys... Health morsels. I guess they kinda help. This first wave will be the biggest problem. So currently we are taking 10 damage to this guy and another 10 to this guy. That's 20 damage right there. We can play Train Steward to deal with one of them, but... Set up Champ on the bot and Endless him anyways. Yes! I could do that. The problem with that is... Yeah, morsels! The morsels can actually kill this guy. I forgot they have 5 attack thanks to the Brawl modifier. Could play Train Steward, yeah, he will just die and Endless back into my deck, so I will just play it on a lane where it does nothing but doesn't pose a problem either. We can have a morsel kill this front guy, but the second one could also block the damage with morsels, but then my spikes don't trigger, so that's a bit of a problem. I would love to be able to heal this guy up to 13 HP, so the second unit takes the spike damage as well, but I don't quite have enough healing power. I don't mind my champion dying here, but I do mind these guys surviving, so let's open the packed morsels and see what we get. Magma morsel, he does 8. But if this guy kills our champ, this guy, these two together will kill one of the morsels. But that would let us kill our Disciple Foot Soldier at the very least. Okay. And we only take 11 damage to this Infiltrator. We can deal with taking 11, I think. And then we set our champ up on the bottom floor. with the train steward behind him. Sure, sounds good to me. We need a little bit more power here, but yeah, let's see what we can get. Damage shield, okay. That might make a difference. It's a little bit of extra damage at least. And let's start feeding the Morsel Master as well. Looks like we will only get a kill on the top floor, but that's okay. It's good enough. Honestly, this challenge is quite rough and I'm quite happy if we don't die here. Sting. These cards are all not very good in Brawl because the enemy's HP goes up a bit. Sting isn't terrible because of the draw 1 next turn, but still the 5 damage probably not impactful enough. Nope. And I don't want a 4th restoration detonation, that's just a little bit too much. Mind Collapse and Umbra Assault pretty bad here. Prismal Dust could work for us, but it's not as important with the Endless. Alloyed Construct. That could work out for us, I think. Animus of Will though. We would need to find a way to buff our Animus of Will before it does anything. Alloyed Construct would immediately be useful as long as we can feed it. Yeah, let's go with Alloy Construct. We do have the Morsel Master after all to make sure we can feed the construct with minimal effort. Yes, some morsels I do want every round. Like Damage Shield or Lifesteal. I would love to have that every round. Because especially the Damage Shield stacks, if they keep building up, that's very good for us. Not so good against the spikes, and the lifesteal with the multi-strike doesn't last for that long, but you know, still pretty okay. Keeps the construct healthy. I think we need to go to the right. We don't have anything worth duping right now. So... And I think 20 pyro health is enough. Even though that might sound a little bit crazy. Cleansing water is great because it will dispel some of the spikes the enemies enter with. Morsel Maker, Crucible Warden. I just don't like Crucible Warden very much, especially if the enemies have spikes. Morsel Maker on the other hand could see some use in here, but I think we don't really need it. Yeah. We do already have the Morsel Master taking care of that shop for us. Okay, we can purge a unit or a spell here. My general rule of thumb for this event is either purge an expendable unit, because 2 of the upgrades are decent on units that have like an effect when they enter or when they die. The one is endless and plus 5 attack, I think, and 0 cost. Not that important here because our units already have endless. The other is when the unit dies, it deals 50 damage to the front enemy unit, which is pretty decent with endless units. Or we purge. The final one is revenge. All units on this floor get +1 attack, which is not that good on an expendable unit, I guess, but the other two are. And for the spells, an expensive spell, because 2 of the upgrades make the spell 0 cost and add another effect. I think I want to purge one of the restoration detonations, not just for the upgrade later, but also to not have it in the deck right now, because we are less reliant on them now that we have the alloy construct. Explosive sigil, that shouldn't be too bad. I think I want to set up the alloy construct and the morsel maker on the top floor, of course. I can't really feed them right now, so that's a little bit of a problem, but we do have some time. If we play Sentient on the bottom floor, we will take 41 damage, which puts our Sentient at 2 health, which is definitely not a point I want it to be. I want it to be at like 15-20 health, where it dies, but still deals spike damage to every enemy. So I will put that up on the next floor, so we take a little bit less damage to these clergymen. Still no morsel generation yet. But we can deal with these guys mostly okay. We do take 27, leaves us with 16 health, which is enough to tank all these guys. Now we can start feeding some morsels to our construct. I'd rather not play this one if I can avoid it. Sure, that's a lot better. Invigorating Solution definitely goes out this turn. If we play the Magma Morsel on the top floor, we do have the kill on these units easily. So now I'm mostly interested in keeping my construct healthy, because if it dies, we will lose all the fuel it has. And Daedalus places a bomb at the top, which isn't very nice. Good thing we have the restoration detonation. I am definitely interested in getting a lifesteal morsel, so I will try looking for that. Damage shield works pretty well. And yeah, let's use Sentient to stop these guys. Well, weaken these guys, soften them up. Thinking about whether I want to play some morsels here. I don't mind drawing a Magma Morsel. I don't have very many good draws left in the deck anyways. Might as well give it some rage for a little bit of extra damage here. Now my priority is keeping the construct alive. So I will definitely try to heal it up whenever possible. We do hit everyone with the spike damage here, so that's good at least. Next wave isn't very threatening. We take 16, 24, 30, 31, 32, 33 damage here. Yeah. Let's just heal up the construct. Here's the final wave. We could play Sentient on the bottom line just to deal a bunch of damage to Daedalus. I actually don't hate that. I will even add a Train Sewer for some more damage and the Magma Mortal as well. Okay, looks good. Man, this challenge sure is tough. Okay, Shroud Mitosis, very nice card. This allows us to copy a morsel 3 more times. These morsels are countless, so they won't go back on top of our deck. And I don't think we want any of these units. Not really. They're not very good right now. We don't really need more units right away. Currently, I think my main problem is capacity on the top floor. But with Shroud Mitosis it's a little bit less necessary because I can play it even if we already have a full floor. But I might want to have the additional capacity to feed the construct some more morsels each turn. Whenever I don't have the Shroud Mitosis available. Right side does have removals. Left side does have Merchant of Steel, which is definitely something I would want to buff up the construct. And it's quite a while until we get our next Merchant of Steel. It would be only after Fell, so I think we have to take the Merchant of Steel here. I do really want some upgrades on the construct. I could even give it a large stone here. It wouldn't be terrible, in my opinion. Because we still have the capacity to play it, play the Morsel Master. And we do have Shroud Mitosis. And it makes it a lot more tanky, while also increasing the damage output. Yeah, I think it's worth it. We need a powerful unit to deal with the enemies on the top. Quick. Is quick anything we want? Probably not necessary. I do want to keep the slot open though. Let's start removing some of these restores. The healing from them is just too insignificant. Or maybe a Train Steward. Yeah, let's remove a Train Steward instead. We can play them out. Can play all of them out most of the time. Yeah, I should have looked at this first, but I was very unlikely to take a unit here. And we need the Spikes 20. Spikes 20 is now enough to deal with backline units, so that makes our life a lot easier. Mark of Invasion again. We do now have the Spike Sentient with 20 spikes, so we should be good here. It probably means I'm gonna set up the Sentient on the top floor and the Construct on the second one, because I do want to catch these guys. They will deal quite a bit of damage to our sentient. Also, I need to consider there's clip conduit. We will have 7 units on this floor, but most of them will just die to our sentient, so... how much damage is that actually? These guys will be in front, so it's 7 plus 9, 16 plus 11, 27 plus 13 is 40. And this guy deals 13, so it's 53, and that's already enough to kill our sentient. That's a little bit of a problem. Just a little bit of a problem. Maybe we can get some morsels to solve the problem. Yeah. Actually no. A sentient won't even get to attack back, so the lifesteal doesn't help us. We could use some morsels to frontline tank this. We could also draw into Restoration Detonation, which would help a little bit with the issue, but not that much actually. We can still use the morsels to frontline tank next turn. How much damage is this? 22. Yeah, I don't want to lose any of these morsels, these are quite valuable. And I can prevent at least 1 damage here with the regen. Might as well. Didn't get Restoration Detonation. So. Definitely playing the Restore here. A lifesteal morsel in front will tank some damage here. So now the front 2 guys survive, which isn't ideal either. But another lifesteal morsel on the back line will... Oh no, these have 11 lives. Not quite sure what I was thinking there. So yeah, this guy will stay alive, but these will all die in 1 hit. And they will have +4 attack, so it's 11 plus 11 plus 9, which is 31 damage. We can take 31 damage. It isn't nice, it isn't fun, but... Oh, plus also the spikes damage, of course. Now I wonder whether +5/+5 or lifesteal is better. Probably best to switch it up. Get lifesteal now, get +5/+5 later. So I do want the lifesteal morsel back on top of my deck. Not both of them though. So I will keep the top floor morsels only for now. So they don't get eaten. Here I will again go for the morsel miner just because we have the chance to multiply it. Which is a lot of buffs on this guy. And this is why I kept the morsels on the top floor. Now let's get some lifesteal. I don't need the morsel miner anymore, I can place him down on the top floor. And yeah, this guy is easily strong enough to win this fight, so... This challenge is rough. Edge Prior? No. We've already started cutting our restores. We do have restoration detonations though, but energy is rarely our problem. Yeah, this daily challenge is really rough. Welcome to the stream, by the way, Nightbreeze. Glad to have you here. Preserve Thorns, Bramble Lash. Bramble Lash is 200 damage on the floor with the Sentient. Can be solid. Yeah, holdover -1 mana cost will make it quite powerful indeed. I don't see us using any of these. Maybe the Void Binding, but maybe the Void Binding. Not really. Not if we want to use Bramble Ash. I think Bramble Ash is too important here. And we have Heaven's Aid. No, don't want it yet. Maybe later. Hurzel Sword, Hellvent, Forgotten Boons versus card removals. The Pyro health isn't bad either right now. We are pretty low. Like a single unit with Brawl can be our death. And I do want the spell upgrades now. It's definitely time to get some spell upgrades. This is rather unfortunate. Nothing really benefits from double stack. Cost reduction on the Bramble Ash is definitely good. And I will reroll. Consume removal. I could see consume removal on Invigorating Solution. We are losing quite a bit of draw because of the endless morsels. So getting some drawback is actually quite important. I also wouldn't hate the holdover on it. No, holdover got some Bramble Ash and Shroud Mitosis first. So not holdover on Invigorating. Let's cost reduce Shroud Mitosis. And plus 10 magic power can go on a restoration detonation. We should usually have damaged units to use it. Yeah, these train swords are a bit annoying with our current setup. Like, keeping one or two is fine, we can play them behind our champion. Then I will start on the restores next. They just have a little too low of an impact with Brawl active. Enemies enter with an additional spikes 4. Yeah, let's just cleanse that all away, please. I do want a challenge. And I think it's not that big of a deal for us, but I didn't draw the construct on our first hand, which is a bit of a bummer. Health morsel, sure. Let me think about this. I would love to set up the construct on the bottom floor, but that means we will have a lot of trouble dealing with the overcharged tank. Unless I play the Morsel Master here, kill off the frontline guy and draw into Bramble Ash. We have 12 cards left. We draw 4 of them if I play the morsels. If I don't draw into Bramble Ash, I could still play the Alloy Construct on the top floor, but not together with the Morsel Master. Unless, well, if I play the Morsel Master on the bottom floor, I can just let him die and play him back on the top floor if it doesn't work out. Okay, I guess I will take the risk here. And now the question is, do I want a Umbra Morsel as well? I do want a morsel next turn, that's for sure. We do have 2 pack morsels and 1 more shade splitter. Yeah, that should be enough. Yeah, restoring the retreat or cave-in would be great, but I haven't seen any of them yet. We can kill the collector with the morsels, that's not a problem. Now the question is, which morsels do I want most? Well, Morsel Excavator is a lot better than Magma Morsel, that's for sure. So I guess I will go for this one. This guy dies on the bottom floor, which is absolutely fine with me. I could feed some more morsels this turn. But I don't really want to draw into them next turn. Well, I need one more. No, Shroud Mitosis will already get the kill on the Collector anyways. So the question is... Yeah, sure, let's throw out the Magma Morsel as well. And I will keep the Umbra Morsel. If I play the Magma Morsel first, we can eat one more morsel this turn. And draw additional cards next turn to make up for the endless morsels we are inevitably gonna draw next turn. Can we blow up the front guy? We can. And Bramble Ash. Okay. And I guess that's all we want from the Magma Morsel. So we don't replay that one. Well, if our champ isn't gonna die here, we might as well keep him as healthy as possible. And this guy has basically infinite lifesteal now. Might as well get some health onto him. Oh god, self-made Harpy with Brawl. 9 times 5, that's a lot of damage. $45 damage each hit? Well, we heal for 162 every time we attack, so not that scary. Okay. Root Split Mask. Okay, that's very nice. Means we have more time on the top floor to kill the enemies. Wildwood Tome. Well, I wouldn't mind Quick on my Construct, that's for sure. But is it really needed? Well, in case we can't find the Lifesteal Morsel, it might be good. But we do have a lot of health, we do have Endless. What does Quick really do for us? Not much. I think I will skip here. No endless lifesteal. Yeah, but even if we don't get lifesteal, if we get damage shield, we're fine. And even if we just get health with the healing we have, we should be fine most of the time. And Quick doesn't do anything. Well, it doesn't do much against bosses. But I do need to play the morsels anyways, because I need to keep the construct fueled after all. I will take another Shroud Mitosis. This card is just awesome for us. And here we get our Resto Detto back. 0 cost. When we play it, we add a copy to our discard pile. So, more removals would definitely be very much welcome. And I guess there's a few artifacts that are pretty solid. Double spike damage would be nice. Anything that draws us cards would be nice. Anything that increases capacity would be nice. Sure. Mind checks, for example. Health banners, not that important. Even Temporary Talisman isn't bad, but I think Mind checks is the clear winner here. Makes it a lot easier to feed our construct. I will get these restores out of here now. We don't need holdover yet. If we had like If we had like a cave-in or a restoring retreat, I would definitely go for holdover right away, but we currently don't, so I think holdover is not that necessary. Like, it would give us some power to have holdover, but it's not even that big of a difference. I will take some damage on my construct here, just to be able to set it up on the bottom floor. And this is very good. If we take some damage here, if we do some spike damage to this, to the Alabaster Guardian, that might help us out actually. I don't want to play all these morsels, but I want to have a good selection of them. I think currently the lifesteal is a lot better than the damage shield. We can get damage shield on our champ, I guess. But I don't want to play too many morsels because ideally I draw into Restoration, Detonation and Bramblelash. So I will actually keep all of these morsels in. Yes. Yes, I can do that. It's safe to do, I think. We did get Bramblelash, which by itself is not quite enough. We don't get the kill on the Clip Guardian that way. But I guess we should use it anyways. No. This time we only have one model to play anyways, so we wanna play it first. This Clip Guardian will be a little bit of an issue. I probably should have set up my Sentient on the top floor. I forgot about Root Split Mask being a big deal here. Yeah, I should definitely have set up on the top floor. I think I will quickly restart that battle because that's a blunder that will cost us a lot of health and score. I can only do that if I manage to kill the statue anyway, so that's not a really a big deal. Man, I wish we had some sort of ascend or descent move, then I could set up on the middle floor. I think a little bit of extra damage on my champ can't hurt. We will need him to take care of some units after all. Do I even want to Bramblelash here? I do get better restoration detonations if I don't. Yeah. I am interested in the potential of the restoration detonation kill on the top floor, so... Ouch! Didn't see that Master of Light until it was too late. I definitely don't want... Well, it doesn't matter whether or not I dupe these morsels. I guess I will play this Magma morsel and dupe it instead, so we... I should have actually put the Rage onto it as well. So we do have some additional damage on this Clip Guardian and can kill it next turn. Hi Mystery Machine, welcome to the stream. I'm glad you managed to win a Covenant 25 run. That's quite impressive. Congrats. And now our construct needs some more fuel. It's running low. And we need some more damage on the top. Actually we don't, because we do have the Root Split Mask and this floor is empty, so we can just replay the Sentient next turn. But I think I will play a second Train Steward. I don't want to feed any more morsels on the top floor, so... I don't mind adding more Restoration Detonations into my deck at this point. Basically we will always have damaged units. And most of our draws don't really do much by themselves anyways. So these are actually not that bad. Three-zero cost holdover crushing demise and an endless burnout reactor flicker. That sounds hilarious. Sounds pretty amazing, to be honest. And we get a kill here on the bottom floor. We are starting to gain back some points. None of these, maybe Forever Consume, but honestly, not really great for us anyways. I do want the additional draw now. The endless units do slow us down a little bit in the draw department. Unit upgrades definitely welcome. Spell upgrades too. I do like the event as well, but I think the removal is slightly better. The Merchant of Steel here is on the weaker side though. I would rather have the Merchant of Magic here with the Hellvent and the Unstable Vortex. So I will go to the Merchant of Steel here, hoping for multi-strike, and we do get it. Provides us with a little bit extra damage output from our Mr. Construct. I will also add some damage upgrade to one of the Train Stewards, because I think we will keep one in the deck until the very end. Rail spikes from the Rings of Hell have been driven into a stone near the rail like some sort of monument. At the base lies a hammer carved with ancient runes. You can't make it all out, but what you can talks of the founding of the Covenant. Could this be the birthplace of the rail? But with the Covenant now broken, these spikes serve no purpose here. Many of them are lodged too deep into the stone to take, but the spikes of the Awoken, Melting Remnant and Stygian Guard are loose enough to pry away. Well, we do have Great Spike, Bad Spike and Mediocre Spike, so we take Great Spike. Easy choice. Give X burnout instead of 1 burnout. Yeah, I think that would be a bit better. I agree. Holdover cards go to discard and not draw, so they can't get pulled by Rail Spike. If your remaining draw pile is small enough that if you play the Rail Spike you will get a new deck, the holdover cards can go in the deck and you can draw them with the Rail Spike. We definitely want the Spikes upgrade. It's too late to go for the healing one, even though we have potentially infinite Restoration Detonations. But yes, the holdover cards will only go to the top of your deck after you have uh, at the beginning of the next turn when you draw the cards. Yeah. Enemy units enter with Spell Shield. That makes our Restoration Detonations and Bramble Lash a lot weaker. But by now our units are quite powerful. So I am hoping we can deal with this by using our units mostly. I don't think I can go with Alloy Construct on the bottom here. For two reasons mainly. These multi-strike winged conduit guys, they will be a pain because our construct will take a lot of damage from these guys, especially when they become larger packs. And more importantly, we have no way of killing this frontline Gilded Wing unless we play Alloy Construct on the next floor and start feeding it immediately. This means we can play Morsel Master, but yeah, that's just how it is then. Us being unable to play Morsel Master here has another consequence. It means we don't want to dilute our draws with additional Restoration Detonation and Endless Morsels, because we want to draw back into our Morsel Master as soon as possible. I do want some morsels here though. I guess we can have 2 Mega Morsels kill the Collector. Excavators go here. I do have another Shroud Mitosis in the deck, but I really don't want to miss out on the Shroud Mitosis, so we'll play that first. Yeah, decks that get this small can be very fun to play because they are very consistent. A little bit of a problem, the Spell Consume Seraph can be a bit annoying with small decks because it does put some Blights and Scorches into your deck. Might as well play another Train Steward here. Now we draw into a new deck, so we hopefully find our Mortal Maker soon. But at this point, it's not that important. He's not that important for us, yeah. I do want more cardless morsels. Resto with copy is a blessing for... Yeah, on the boss it could be nice. I'm not terribly sad to have this upgrade on it. Well, that didn't serve much purpose. What are possible draws? Not much really. But we should have the kill on the next floor easily. Mostly because our champ is endless and we can put him in front of the ally construct to tank if that's necessary. But it isn't at all necessary. Shard Channeler. That will make this 120 damage for the spikes. Which doesn't really matter that much, because the enemy units will either have low health or they will have 190 health. Well, there are some that have like 125 health, which is just a little bit too much for the sentient. Well, the spike channel also attacks, so shard channel or yeah, I guess I will take it. Excavation eruption. It's a nice way of reducing the damage we take some, but I don't think we really need it. Honestly, if anything, I would rather have a prism retrieval here. We do have a few units. We will probably cut at least one train steward. Yeah, I'll take it. It will just consume it out. It is consume Seraph. If that's what you were asking, Nightbreeze. And we definitely go to the right. Let's see our relics. Mask of Penumbra. That would reduce the downside of the endless morsels a little bit. But honestly, we don't have that many cards to play. Holdover. On Bramblelash would be definitely nice. Yeah, it's Bramblelash, easily. I also kinda wanna get the additional magic power on this specific restoration detonation. And then I guess I will take the Mask of Penumbra. It's really unlikely that we manage a flying Seraph kill. But I wanna try. None of these. I guess we do Brawl Spike. No, we do Bramblelash. Yeah, we do Bramblelash. There might be a way there might be a way we can deal with Seraph. Spam Bramblelashes. I think the third restoration detonation is now pointless. The Shade Splitters, I don't want to cast them more than once, but we definitely want to get some morsels as early as possible, so we can start feeding our construct. I could also see the damage shield 2 chain not being terrible for us. I will take the cost reduction on the Invigorating Solution, just so we can play it on the first turn if we draw like Alloy Construct plus Shade Splitter in our opening hand, together with it. And then let's go. 340 gold for score. I'm very doubtful we will be able to beat the Seraph in flight, but I will certainly try. Awoken's Rail Spike, that's not a great turn to have this on. Now the thing is, do I kill these guys with my Sentient and the Bramblelashes, or do I hunt Seraph with the Sentient and Bramblelashes and use the Construct to kill these bottom floor units? Well, I think I have to use the Sentient first, because these Purifiers, they are no fun if they are allowed to live. They draw into a Brambleash here, which is a bit unlucky. Kill with spikes to stack more multi-strike on Seraph next floor. I don't know what you mean. You mean stack multi-strike on the alloy construct, so I can hit her up? Yeah, but that won't be enough damage. Not even close. I don't want to consume that one. Prison Retrieval has 3 units left in the deck, really? Train Steward. Oh, the morsels, of course. Yeah, that's not very useful. Yeah, I should definitely play the unwanted morsels on the top. Just because he can spawn these Lightwings on the top as well. I guess we consume Perils of Production here. On one of the morsels. I can't even kill both of the Gilded Wings with that draw. One problem with Seraph, with hitting him with units, is that he always spawns these Lightwings in front of the units, in front of him. So, I do want to play Restoration Detonation and both Bramble Ashes, but I do want the Bramble Ash to go on the Gilded Wing, but to be honest, it doesn't really matter. I'd much rather keep the Bramble Ashes around for later. Not great. Yeah. I was never really a chance of killing him in flight with this deck, huh? ×3. Oh well. This challenge was tough, especially at the beginning. I'm glad we made it through it at all, while taking all challenges even. So our score will not be that great, but honestly most scores aren't gonna be that great, so we might still be at a decent rank with over 40,000, so let's see where that puts us. First let's look at the run summary. Just in case anyone is interested. This was our deck. Thinking about the volatile gorge, it probably was the right choice to skip that one. Don't think it would have worked out with this deck. Thank you. And we are ninth. That's okay. Still on the first page. I'm totally happy with this.